Hi everyone, this is God's Reborn Grace. Spirit is leading me to do a message for all of you to let you know what your person is thinking about right now, what they want to say to you. It is a timeless reading, so if you come across this further along in the future, it's just meant to find you when it's meant to find you. I have 3 decks set up, and then I have wise old owl watching over. The first deck is Heaven and Earth Tarot with Obsidian on top of it. The second one is Shadowscapes Tarot with a Dalmatian Jasper. And the last one is the Mystic Dreamers Tarot, which is one of my favorites, and it has a Rose Quartz. Not very polished, but it is Rose Quartz. I also have additional supporting decks that they chose for each one. With the Heaven and Earth, we have the Moonology Manifestation deck. That's a fairly new deck for me. And with the second one, we have the Eternal's Seeker Oracle. And with the last one, we have the Beyond Lumeria. And then they also have me, with additional decks as needed, the Secret Garden oracle cards that I made myself, and the Empathic Oracle, which is always a good one to use. So take a minute and see which one of these resonates with you. They are pretty definite that the piles are not going to bleed over into others, so you chances are you're not going to get messages in every pile. It'll be just one pile solely for you. Of course, there'll be messages in there that are not meant for you if they don't resonate. But sometimes when we do these collective readings, you can find messages in each pile. But in this case, they are suggesting that each pile is so different that they don't want you to jump from pile to pile looking for messages in each one of them. That would just be a waste of time for this particular reading. So we'll get into the readings. Okay, pile 1. This reading is for you if you pick the Heaven and Earth Tarot and the Obsidian Talisman. If you are interested in a personal reading, I do offer those on my website. I do a 9-card pull that I email to you, and that's $25. I also have my soul contracts, which are $125. That the numerology part of it is generated by the computer, but the rest is completely channeled with some guidance from how soul contracts are set up by numbers. So also it includes channeled messages from your guides, and also art, intuitive art brought through from your guides as well, and that includes additional messages as well. It's a very time consuming, and it takes usually about 3 hours for me to complete one, so that's why it's so expensive. If it was just computer generated and not geared just specifically to you, then I would probably do them for cheaper, but I don't see a value in getting a generic computer generated one, which may or may not be true for you. I also have energy flow readings. I believe those are set for $75. That's where I go through your Merkaba, your energy centers, and with watercolors to find where there's blockages and messages, and that one is also very detailed. Like I said, all of these are available on my website, godsrewardgrace.com or kalia.org. And we'll get into your reading, and I'll stop bothering you about what I have available. Alrighty. Let's give them a little shuffle. What does pile 1 person want them to know? Let's see. And see if we can pull an identifier for your energy first, so you can identify. All right. We have rest from... I really wish I could... it looks like this energy that you're in, you've been in a period of rest. You've been asking for guidance. And the energy of their person, they have been sitting in a energy of power. They feel like they are at their pinnacle right now, and they don't feel like they need to go any higher, like they've reached where they want to be in life. That's going to probably be a rude awakening, because at no point are you completely at the top. There's always room to grow. When you they've put limits on what their goal was, and they've hit that goal, and now they're feeling a little bit lost in their life because they thought they had everything they wanted. But then here you come in their life, and you're kind of upsetting that. They knew that exactly what they wanted to be their life, and you know, from like when you're a child and you dream of what you want to be when you grow up, like you want to be a firefighter or a nurse or a doctor, and that's your goal. And then you go to school and you get that goal. Then you do all the things like get married, have kids. You check off all the boxes, but then after the boxes are all checked off, what happens? You know, you put a limit on your goals, and you have changed along the way as well. And you find that those are not what you actually want, and there are actually other things that you could go over. You know, you slide over and try something new, and then build from there, rather than seeing yourself at the top of your game. You're never at the top of your game unless you put limits on yourself. And when you put limits on yourself, you stop your abundance. And I don't know that a lot of people realize that, like, you start making all this money, and it's like, wow, it can't be anything better than this. Well, when you say that, you're telling the universe, this is all I want. I'm done. And it cuts off your abundance, and at that point, you start losing everything, because you've set a limit. You've told the universe that, no, I don't want, this is all I needed. When actually you probably didn't know what you needed, or what you need in the future. You don't know right now. So you need to open your mind and say, okay, I have reached this point, but what else is there for me? I know I can grow and learn in other directions as well. Can you show those to me as well? And of course, you want to word this in a way that doesn't completely upset your life. Words are very powerful. So, write down what it is you want, and really think about it, and look at it and see, make sure it's not going to like take things out of your life that you truly enjoy, or people that you love. Is important to clarify that. I'm sorry, I've gotten off on a whole nother thing. Spirit decided to send some extra messages in here when we were talking about your person, what they need. Alright, so what else does their person want to tell them? Yeah, see, they've found themselves alone in this pinnacle of their career, where they've gotten where they thought they wanted to be, and here they are now. They're lonely. They don't understand, like, they should feel like they're completed, they've gotten everything, but they don't. And they see you there off to the side, and they're like, but I don't know if they're right for me. I don't know, I don't see how they fit in my life right, but I enjoy being with them so much. And it's just, they don't know how to fit you into their life. While you're sitting there praying that they can finally see you, they're using their head so much to try to discover why they feel this way about you, and you were completely different from what they expected. They expected, like, to get married and have 2.5 kids and a dog and a house and be ready to retire. But here you might be this, like, free spirit that they don't see how you can fit into this life that, you know, they're at their pinnacle here. They're up on their crown, or their throne, and they don't see your personality, the way you do things, as fitting into that. And they need to let go of that limit as well. Alright, Spirit, what else does this person want to say to you? Release your blocks. So this is more about the energy of your person, for them to release the blocks, to allow you to get into their world, and stop trying to define it and control it on their own. Spirit, what else? Cool your emotions. So you may have been getting a little frantic as far as relaying information to them. You're frustrated with them, and they understand you're frustrated, but they also are still really developing who they are in these big changes. They have this tower moment, and it's just absolutely mind-blowing for them. So they're feeling your emotions, and they ask that you cool your emotions a little bit, so that excuse me, throat chakra going there, so that they can express themselves, or not so they can express themselves, but so they can think clearly, because your emotions are overwhelming them, and they don't know what part is them and what part is you. Alright, Spirit, what does their person for pile 1 want to say? Anything else? Oops. Blank card. Interesting. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to handle it. That's a definite. Didn't see that one coming. Here, I thought this person knew what they wanted to say, but they are still thinking about what they want to say. They're connected with their higher self, and their higher self is giving them moments to get clarity. Do you have any clarifications on your emotions for this power? Throat chakra. I was just talking about the throat chakra. They want you to cool your emotions so that your person has a chance to express themselves without being influenced by your emotions. And Spirit is telling me this is going to end this one. But I think this pile really got a closer look at how this person, how they got to the point where they're at. In the first part of this reading, that discussion of why they are the way they are was more important than what they that was part of the reason, or part of what they wanted to tell you, that they set up these goals and they've reached them, and now they don't know who they are, because they reached those goals and they're not comfortable with staying in this spot, and they're not sure what to do. I just sneezed to clear it out there. Yeah, this is good. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer. And let me know if it resonated with you. I always like to hear that as well. Hi, Pal 2. If you pick the Shadowscapes Tarot with the Dalmatian Jasper, this group's for you. I mentioned to the other group that if you're looking for a personal reading, I offer a 9-card pull that's sent to you via email with details for each card, and that is $25, and I have soul contracts for $125 that are personalized and include intuitive art and channeled messages from your guides. And I also have energy flow readings that are watercolors across your energies, Merkabas, and it shows me blockages, and also I bring through art, intuitive messages as well from your guides during that as well. The energy flow readings are $75, and you can schedule those on my websites, godsreborngrace.com, which also has healing videos, or kalia.org, which has my readings and merchandise, healing necklaces and such that I sell. So we will get ready for this reading. It's to look at what your person, the person that comes to your mind, what they want to tell you or express to you. So first we'll look at the energies of you and the person, so we can identify them. So, alright, the first one it should be of you, and you are in the energy of you're looking for something, and you have a lot of people watching you. This may be actually making you uncomfortable, that you feel like you're being so closely looked at. It's like you feel like you're on a pedestal and people are watching you. And it's making you uncomfortable. Like you want to talk about this relationship with your person to others, but you feel like they're judging you and watching you. There is one that's above you that is protecting you from all the outside influence, but then you have these that are coming in here and really pecking at you and pulling you apart, and it's not been easy. And your person here is fighting off a lot of outside of influence. They are constantly barraged by family telling them what they need to do, and it's having a big influence on how they react with you. So they want to let you know that you are not necessarily the reason for them being distant, and that their family has been really hard on them, telling them what they need to do and trying to control them in traditional ways. Oh, okay. So you may find that your person is someone that's of, say, a religious background or a traditional background, or even someone that has a strong parental influence on them. Like, they're not part of the group that has broken away from their parents as far as breaking generational things yet. They may be the ones that are supposed to break away, and right now they are still on seesawing back and forth between it. They don't want to hurt those who raise them, but they don't want to hurt themselves as well. They see more benefit in breaking away from the tradition than staying in it, but they want you to be patient right now as they cross that line where they gently break it rather than just breaking it in half. They're trying to be a little bit more gentle than some might be. Alright, Spirit, what else would you like here? Sorry. So they have someone who's got a lot of wisdom that's been talking to them outside of their family and friends, and that is the influence that's bringing in their ability to walk away from this situation with their family. It's helping to light their way, as you can see the light here, and the owl, the wise owl sitting there giving them counsel. Okay, Spirit, what else okay, they want me to pull from the Secret Garden. What else do you have to offer? There's that owl again. I'm not gonna say it has anything to do with this part, but it's the owl. It's just confirmation that indeed this person is getting counsel from somebody outside of their family that's helping them figure out how to step away from this and be with you. Can you give us some clarity on the person, on pile 2, what they should be doing right now regarding what this person has to say to them? Present. So they want you to stay in your present moment and not look towards future events. As you stay in that moment and enjoy the present moment, you're not trying to influence the future, which could disrupt what's going on here. When you start, I know you want to manifest and see what you want, and that's okay, but try not to put too many limits on how that looks. If you want to be with this person, truly want to be with them, then let it stay open that you don't need to live in a certain place or have so many kids or animals or not have kids, unless you're absolutely against, you know, like you absolutely do not want kids. Like that's fine. But remember that we change as we grow, so that might change as well. So putting limits on how you see this relationship working out may actually keep the relationship from developing, because both of you have free will. So if you're set in stone that no, this is my limit, I can't go past this, it's not saying that you are giving up your boundaries. It's just being open to growth, that you're willing to grow. If you say that you don't want something, that's fine. That's in the present moment. You don't want that right now. But that's not to say that you won't want it in the future, because you are never the same person as you were yesterday. All right, Spirit, any other messages from this person? Let's see. Cleanse your energy with water. So, Spirit is saying that you need to frequently clean your energy. You can do this in the shower because it's recommending water, especially since it's an emotional thing. Water is very good for emotional cleansing. Just stand in the shower and say, please wash all the energy from me that is not my own. And then you can envision your clean, loving energy coming back to you. And you can word it any way you really want to. I like to say, I release all that is not mine, and I call back all that is mine, cleansed, and back to its original energy. But do it how it feels right for you. There's no set way to do your energy cleanse. There are suggestions, of course, but it's totally open to you. You find what works best for you and you use it. All right, so as sort of a cliff notes of this, your person has been trying to break away from a traditional upbringing or family situation that's affecting their ability to be with you. They're seeking counsel from a wise person outside of the family, and they're lighting their way to help you, help bring you together. And Spirit is reminding you to stay in your present moment and not put limits or ideas into the future that may hold back this happening. And cleanse your energy. So I will stop this reading right here, and we will move on to pile 3. Hi, pile 3. If you selected the Dreamers Tarot and Mystic Dreamers Tarot and the Rose Quartz, that's not polished but is definitely a Rose Quartz, this reading is for you. Also, Spirit had already decided that this group is related to one or both of you who have had childhood trauma of any type. Abusive parents, abusive relationships in your childhood, or just being ignored. anything that may affect your relationships at this point in time. This reading is for that group. If you would like a personal reading, then you can get it on my website. There's a 9-card pull emailed with details of channeled messages from your guides for each card. That's $25. I prefer emailing it because that gives you an opportunity to read it as often as you want and not worry that you forgot something. Also, I have soul contract readings for $125. They're personalized and include channeled readings from your guides as well as intuitive art from your guides with channeled readings for those as well. That's $125. I have energy flow readings that look at your current energy for blockages, and I bring through messages and intuitive art for those as well. I believe those are $75. All on my website, godsrivergrace.com or kalia.org. So, Spirit, let's identify pile 3's energy. So, you're feeling alone. With a 9 of Cups, like, you feel like you're almost to where you're supposed to be, but not quite. Like just one more thing and your life will be right. That's the energy that you're in right now. And the pile 3's person, ooh, this person is out there lost. They're out in the fog trying to find their way. They've got a lot of work to do to get to you. They are really buried in their past, and it's so traumatic that it's controlling every bit of their current energy. This person probably is going through therapy, or if is not, needs to be in therapy. They have every part of their abilities that are awake, and they're feeling every bit of it. They're reliving it like it's now, and they actually need you to pull them out of this in little ways, like bringing them into the past, into the present moment. They like having childlike adventures with you is really important right now. Like if you could go like to the zoo and play, just play, that will help heal them. They're missing that part of their childhood, or going to the park and playing on the equipment, or going outside and blowing bubbles, or anything kid-like. Those are the activities that they really want to do with you to help them heal what they missed in their childhood. Alright, Spirit, what else you got for us? Sticky cards. Starseer. So, the energy I'm getting is you're both starseeds. Strong. So you're carrying this karmic from other incarnations as starseeds. You've not incarnated here on Earth very often, so you don't feel like you fit in at all, because nothing seems familiar. So I find it's weird that you've chosen to go with childhood trauma in your first incarnation. I guess because you wanted to start at the beginning, deal with the child trauma first, and then work your way up. That could very possibly be the reason. I'm not sure what Starseed says. I'm not really one. Spirit, what else can you... I should have known this was a starseed since they had me pull a Lemuria deck. Harmonic flight. So this is about both of you bringing together to create a union here. And that union may stem from both of you having trauma from childhood. They are suggesting that's a great many of this group share the childhood trauma. There are a minor amount of you that you do not have the childhood trauma, but your person does. But that's less likely because they're showing me that the connection between you two is going to be the childhood trauma. That's how you relate to each other. The unifying link, I guess. And it carries soulmate energy with it as well. Because you both decided to do this in this incarnation. And that's why you have that feeling of rightness when you're near this person. Spirit, what else? That has stopped the messages right on me. Like, you're getting too deep, girl. Going too deep. Alright. Look at from above the situation. So, Spirit is asking you to take a step back and look at how your situations are similar and how to bring it into the present moment by doing those childlike behaviors as an adult and seeing that you can enjoy it and it didn't need to occur just in your childhood, that you are not lacking because it did not happen in your childhood. Society, and I say this so many times, society put pressures on you. They put this idyllic childhood in front of you that you should get to play and do whatever you want. Your parents love you, they feed you, they take care of you exactly like they're supposed to, but that's the human part of it. A lot of you have chosen soul contracts that bring the childhood trauma for you to work through and learn lessons, because not everybody is trained to be a parent. They parent by example. We don't give lessons on how to parent. I mean, originally that's probably how it was intended, for the mother and father to know exactly what to do, instinct and all that. But then you bring in all these other society things that, as they increase in pressure, that the mother and father no longer know how to balance all of it. And there's nobody out there teaching you in school how to balance these behaviors and pressures from society. And a lot of that needs to actually be implemented. So Spirit is saying that you may be part of a group that brings this to the forefront, where you go into the schools or you go to leaders and you start presenting this needs to happen. We need to teach kids how to be a parent before they become a parent. And I know that's going to be really difficult because there are so many traditions, religions, etc. But there's still there's still basics that should be taught that are not taught. And Spirit is suggesting that you are part of this group that may start implementing this, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to end the reading here. Cap it off with your person has had childhood trauma, and they are like deeply, deeply lost in everything that's going on back there, and it's important for you to help them get into the moment and do little adventures and help them pass the trauma that they had in school, so that they forget about it. They replace those memories with these new good memories. And I will say goodbye to pile 3.